Oh, good morning, guys. I was busy reading there the next exciting part of the Twits. I like to get ahead of myself so I know the story that I'm going to be telling. We left it yesterday with Muggle Wump putting his rather strange plan into action. If you remember, he'd asked the family, the birds and the roly-poly bird to put glue all over the ceiling. And then once they'd done that, they took the carpet and stuck it to the ceiling as well. And that's kind of where we left the story. And I'm struggling at the minute to know what he's going to suggest next. So, without further ado, let's make a start and let's see what the next stage in Muggle Wump's plan is. Here we go. Now the table. The big table next, shouted Muggle Wump. Turn this table upside down and put some glue onto the bottom of each of the legs. Just there and just there and there and round the far side as well. Then we're going to stick that onto the ceiling as well. Well, lifting a big table upside down onto a ceiling is not an easy job. But the team managed it in the end. Is it going to stay up there? They all cried. Is the glue going to be strong enough to hold the table, Muggle Wump? It's the strongest glue in the world, remember. Mr. Tweet uses it all the time. It's his special bird-catching, bird-killing glue for smearing on trees. Oh, please, 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 said the roly-poly bird, still strutting his feathers. I've asked you before not to mention that horrible subject. How would you like it if he kept talking about monkey pie? They made it every Wednesday and then all your friends have been boiled up and went on talking about it. It's terrible, you know. Oh, I do beg your pardon, said Muggle Wump. I'm so excited, I hardly know what I'm saying anymore. Right, next. Table stuck to the ceiling, carpet stuck to the ceiling. Now let's do the chairs. Let's do the same with the chairs. All the chairs must be stuck upside down to the ceiling. And in their right places, of course. Come on, everybody, let's pick the chairs up. Let's stick the ends of the chairs to the ceiling. Hold it. Did I get it in the right place? Is it just right? There we go. Perfect. But just at that moment, a horrible thought came to Muggle Wump's mind. We've been doing this for quite some time now. That means any moment those two filthy freaks are going to come rushing back in with their custard pies. Oh, come on, quick, we've got to finish this quickly. The monkeys, with the birds helping them, put glue on the bottom of every single chair and hoisted them up to the ceiling. Now we need the smaller tables next, shouted Muggle Wump, and the sofa over there, and the sideboard over there, and the lamps, and all the tiny little things, the ornaments, and that plastic gnome over there on the sideboard. Everything must be stuck to the ceiling. It must look as if it's the ordinary room upside down. Now you see, this was really hard work. It was especially difficult to stick everything onto the ceiling in exactly the right place, just as Muggle Wump had asked. But they managed it in the end, and before the Twits returned. Muggle Wump, what should we do now that we've done all that? Requested the roly-poly bird. He was out of breath and he was very tired, and to be honest, he couldn't hardly flap his wings anymore. Now we need to do the pictures on the walls. Turn the pictures upside down. And will one of you birds please fly out onto the road and to watch to see when the Frumptious freaks are coming back? I'll go and do that, Muggle Wump. I'm tired. I shall head out onto the road. Excuse me, I shall go on spying duty. And off went the roly-poly bird. They'd only just finished the job when the roly-poly bird came swooping back in, screaming, "They're coming back! They're coming back! I have just seen them. I went straight onto the road, Mugglebump, and they are definitely coming back." Quickly, the birds flew back onto the roof of the house. The monkeys rushed into their cage and stood upside down, one on top of the other. A moment later, Mr. and Mrs. Twit did indeed come marching into the garden, each carrying a fearsome-looking bag of custard pies. "And what do you see the monkeys is still upside down?" said Mr. Twit. "Nah, they're too stupid to do anything else, Mr. Twit. Hey, look at all those cheeky birds still up there on the roof. Let's go inside and load our lovely new pies, and then we can throw them straight at the bird pie. It'll go straight in their eye, and we'll capture them, and we'll have them for supper." She cackled. Just as Mr. and Mrs. Twit were about to enter the house, two black ravens swooped low over their heads. Each bird carried a paintbrush in its claw, and each paintbrush was smeared with the sticky glue from before. As the ravens whizzed over, they brushed a streak of sticky glue onto the top of Mr. and Mrs. Twit's heads. They did it with the lightest touch, but even so, the Twits did feel it. "Ah, what was that on my head? Some beastly bird has done his dirty droppings on the top of my head." "Oh, mine too," shouted Mr. Twit. I felt it. Maybe it's lucky." "Lucky? Dirty droppings from a bird, lucky? Don't touch it. You'll get it all over your hands. Come inside, we'll wash it off at the sink." "The filthy, dirty brutes!" yelled Mr. Twit. "I bet they did it on purpose. Just wait till we've sorted Dahl's custard pies." Mrs. Twit got the key from under the doormat. Mugglebump had remembered to put it back when they left the house. And into the house went the Twits. And we'll find out tomorrow what they discovered when they went into the house. Because of course it looks very different from the house that they left. Can't wait to find out. Particularly what happens to those custard pies and the Twits' plan. Stay tuned for more tomorrow. We're reaching the end of the story, the climax of the story, so don't miss it. Stay safe, and I'll see you at the same time in the morning.